Okay, so welcome everyone, and tonight I am going to share with you about a cellular health breakthrough. Now, because this health breakthrough works at a cellular level, it can help you with your wealth, your wellness, your health, athletic performance, anti-aging, and even, have just looking more younger and more beautiful. So this is because it works at a cellular level. And so the company that we're going to talk about is ASEA, and it has these breakthrough products. So I'm going to share a little bit about the science, and then I'm going to share a little bit about, and we're going to hear from Julie McDonald about her experience and why ASEA can give you an athletic edge. And then I'm also going to, we're going to hear a little bit from Sascha about, how you can also create a business with ASEA as well. So we're going to finish up at around 8:40. So as I said earlier, my name is Nicole Dennis, and together with my husband Justin, very blessed to be triple diamond with ASEA. Just means we've helped a lot of people with these incredible products. So how we first came to ASEA was someone interrupted our day to tell us about these transformational products. And I had a really, really big result with some health challenges that I'd had for a really long time once I started using ASEA products. So I had fatigue issues for around 25 years since quite a young age. And once I started using ASEA products, those issues resolved, which is really, really incredible for me. So that got us very interested. My husband had a huge background in health and well-being, and this was different result to anything that we had tried with me before. So we knew the products worked, and we used them for quite a number of years until ASEA came to Australia in 2014, and we were at the forefront of launching ASEA into this market. And, we've just seen some really, really incredible things with people, and we're very blessed and very grateful. And, we've been able to create an amazing business with the ASEA opportunity as well. And now we get to work from home, and we have a baby daughter, and we get to both stay at home with her, which is really, wonderful as well. So there was an article in the Huffington Post last year that talks about 5 emerging technologies in science that will shape our lives in the coming years. So redox signaling technology was one of these emerging technologies, and you are going to hear a lot more about this. It's going to become something that everyone has heard about over time. But at the moment, you are like at the start of people that are hearing about this. It's like one of these incredible technologies that hardly anyone knows about just yet. So the ASEA breakthrough is not a vitamin or a mineral or an antioxidant or an exotic juice. So you've probably all heard of all of these things. And yes, these things can have some incredible health benefits for us. And, having great nutrition is very important. However, what you're going to hear about tonight, this redox signaling technology, it goes beyond nutrition and nutritional ingredients. And because of this, it can impact your health in a way that no other supplement has ever been able to come close to achieving. And that's why we see very different results. I'd tried all of those things, and I'd had some results and some improvements with them, but adding in the redox is what resolved everything for me. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what redox is. So basically, we are just the sum total of our 75 trillion cells. And if we have healthy cells, we're going to be healthy. So what happens inside of our cells is we have these little power plants that produce energy. And as part of this energy production cycle, they also produce redox signaling molecules. Now, inside of our cells, these molecules are made from salt and water. They form, they quickly go about and do their communication, and then they return to salt and water. There's more than 15,000 peer-reviewed articles and more than 1,200 books on redox signaling and how important they are, and that they're involved in all body systems and functions. So these molecules are the keys to how our cells work. They're how our cells talk to each other to make sure they're at optimum efficiency, optimum function, and that they're all working the way they should be. So these are how our cells are healthy, and they're the foundation for how our body heals itself. Because of these molecules are so foundational, they regulate everything that happens in our body. All of the systems of our body, are made up of cells, and therefore the smallest particle of communication between those cells is redox molecules. So they're foundational to everything that goes on. As we age, you know, maybe we don't eat as well as we should. Like, I try and eat really healthy, but I do not succeed to have a perfect diet every day. I do have stress in my life sometimes. And, you know, we are all exposed to environmental toxins. And as all of these things happen, we produce less and less of these redox molecules. So a healthy adolescent will be at 100% production. By our age of 40, it's down to around 50%. And that's without too much exposure to all of these things that can, you know, poor diets, lots of stress, excessive environmental toxins. By the 70s and 80s, it'll be down to around 10%. So this is like a mobile phone, and it's like the signal strength is really great. When we're in adolescence, we've got 4G, we can stream, and, you know, we can hear every word, and then it's just declining as we age. So, and, you know, we're like missing words in the conversation. We can't stream videos. And this is what's happening with our cellular communication. It is breaking down. So we haven't changed. Our DNA hasn't changed, but the communication has. And things start to break down. We have deficiencies, imbalances, and we begin to see and feel the effects of aging. So the redox breakthrough in ASEA'S products has been called one of the most significant health and anti-aging discoveries of our lifetime. So ASEA is based all around this flagship redox technology, and they have 3 products in this category. They have an internal product, which I'm not going to talk about much tonight, but it's available for personal use in Australia. They have a topical product, Renew 28, which delivers the molecules topically through the skin. And they have a very intensive redox serum, which is just, you know, for those, you know, it's designed as a spot treatment. So great for anti-aging, but if you've got something that's like a problem, like a small area that's a problem, maybe some sun damage, it can be great for that too. ASEA also has some complementary health and beauty products that work with the redox to improve its efficacy as a whole skincare system. And in the future, we'll have some complementary cellular health technologies. So ASEA products go through a patented 3-step process. Now, this may look and sound really simple as I explain it, but there's actually 49 US and international patents on this process. And products are sent, every batch of ASEA products is sent to an independent lab called BioAgilytix, which works with 22 of the top 25 pharmaceutical companies to verify their products. So they are an independent verification company. And every ASEA redox product has a BioAgilytix redox certified on the back of it. So you probably can maybe see that tube there, BioAgilytix redox certified. And ASEA sends it to this lab and they say, yes, it contains molecules and they're in the same concentration. So ASEA starts with the exact same thing that's inside of our cells, pristine salt water. We are mostly salt water. And then they break the salt water down into free-floating atoms, and then these atoms are restructured into stabilized redox signaling molecules. Now, this may look very simple. However, science have declared that this process was impossible, and this takes 3 days in ASEA'S manufacturing facility to make the molecules in the liquid, and 8 days to make the molecules that are in Renew 28. So it's a very complex process. This is a little photo of ASEA'S production facility in the USA, and that's the big vats of ASEA, of the molecules there. So this technology is unique and it's patented, and ASEA likes to do independent clinical studies. So it's done quite a lot of studies on Renew 28 that have been done by Stevens and Associates, a dermatological research institute in the US, and also Dermatest, a very well-respected dermatological research institute in Germany, who's given Renew 28 its 5-star seal of approval, which means it's safe and effective. So these studies, they found a 16% increase in the rate of skin cell renewal. So when we're young, our cells turn over much faster. As we age, it gets longer and longer. It can be, 14 days for a baby, and, it could go up to, 40 days in our 30s, and then up to, 90 days as we age. So this improves that rate of skin cell renewal, making us look younger. Also, in the visible signs of aging, great improvements, smoothness, wrinkles, texture, all of those sorts of things, incredible improvements. Elasticity. Now, this shows a 20% improvement in elasticity, and these results are just over 28 days. This is showing it's improving the structure of the skin cells. So as we age, many things in our bodies harden, become less elastic. So if we can do this for skin cells, you could ask, well, what can it do for other cells? Also, a 50% improvement in skin blood flow. So this is showing that it's bringing life force to the area, and this was over a 4-day period. It was an immediate result of 49%, but it was sustained. So this can help us with things like poor circulation, things that are not healing well in the body. Increasing blood flow is going to help that. Many customers also report benefits from applying Renew 28 to areas of joint and muscle discomfort. So you can try this 3 times in 5 minutes, a blueberry to a raspberry size of Renew 28. Apply it in the area of discomfort 3 times in 5 minutes and see what happens. Rate it out of 10 before you start, and then, rate it again 10 minutes after. So don't take my word for it. These are just photos of people who've used Renew 28 for 28 days, and you can see the incredible results in the reduction of the visible signs of aging, and redness, irritation, pretty incredible. So ask yourself, if the molecules are doing this on the outside, what could they be doing on the inside? You can see in the far right column, third from the top, there's a scar, and it's a scar that was around 40 years old, quite raised. You can see a significant difference in 28 days in that scar. Now, if we deal with scars, like, yes, if someone has a scar, they might feel self-conscious about it, but scars can also interfere with the flow of energy in the body, particularly if they're on the torso, things like that. So if you can help soften and reduce scar tissue, you can also experience a lot of other health benefits, and we've seen that many times. So here's some pictures of what the molecules are doing on the inside. So thermography is basically a technique that measures, that maps where things are, how they're going inside the body. So red is it's not good, it's bad. There's cells that are doing things that they shouldn't be. There's inflammation. It's not good if you have red. So these images are all, between 1 and 3 applications of the Redox gel, and the before image is taken, and then the after image is between 8 and 13 minutes afterwards. So you can all see that there's a significant reduction in the areas of red. So this is showing how the Redox molecules are working inside the body. Many athletes are getting incredible results from ASEA. We have like Olympic swimmers, this UK and the world's strongest man, Irish cycling team, and this Gerard Louis Robert, who's like 9 times world masters track champion. So incredible athletes doing all different types of sports, getting great results from using ASEA products, both the topical products and the internal products. So I'm going to hand over to our guest speaker now. So I'm just going to introduce Julie. So we are very, very lucky to have with us tonight Julie McDonald. Now, Julie McDonald was an Olympic athlete and represented Australia at Olympic and Commonwealth Games, and has won numerous medals. And when she was an athlete, Julie experienced all the challenges that come with that: constant sore muscles and tiredness, some huge
workload on the body being an athlete. At 27 years old, Julie was diagnosed as having a melanoma, and as a survivor, she is open to looking at ways of prevention and alternative ways to keep any more at bay. Julie says ASEA offers her the ability to keep her cells communicating at their best, to keep her in the best of health, as well as offering athletes a competitive advantage that she was always seeking when she was competing. So, Julie, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And can you share with us a little bit about, how ASEA products can really benefit athletes?
Sure, Nicole. As we've just been listening to Nicole about how Renew 28 and ASEA strengthen and make the cells resilient, well, it's able to also help our athletes because the powerful science behind Renew 28 delivers gentle, effective treatment to repair, comfort, and damaged skin. So what does that mean for athletes? Well, when our bodies can repair itself as quickly as it can with Renew 28, it means that athletes' muscles can recover quicker, so their muscles aren't as sore as they normally are. So with going to the gym, Sascha and I are back in the gym, and initially we didn't rub the gel into our legs, and we went and did leg day. Well, the next day I was so sore that I could hardly sit on the toilet, and a lot of you that have been to the gym know that feeling. And so then next time we went to the gym, we rubbed the gel on the areas that we were about to use, and now we have no soreness when we go to the gym. Now, that might not sound so significant for people that are just, you know, going to the gym and, you know, they think that working their muscles like that is a good thing. Well, you're actually tearing them down. So, you know, one of our own, Sally Diamond, she did a triathlon and she only did 2 weeks of training, and she rubbed the gel in at 4 a.m. in the morning before she started. She reapplied it before she, after she came out in the swim leg, before the bike leg, applied it again after the bike leg, before the run leg. And the next day, after doing very little training, she felt like she hadn't even done a triathlon. Now, for someone that hasn't done a triathlon for 20 years and goes and does that, that's really significant. So this can also help, obviously, elite athletes. Now, one of our ASEA athletes is Cody Miller, who is a USA Olympic gold medalist. Now, he didn't gold, but he knew the significance of getting up on the medal podium at the Olympic Games and having that medal around his neck. And how significant is it? Fraction of a second to any Olympic athlete or Games athlete. Many athletes we hear miss Olympic and Commonwealth Games teams by fractions of a second. Not only are they missing the teams, but they're missing out on medals by fractions of a second. And when I marveled to Sascha about how relevant it was to an athlete about not being sore, he said to me, "Didn't you get used to the training that you used to do?" And I said to him, I used to cry myself to sleep many, many nights because I was so sore that, you know, I knew I had to get up at 4:30 the next morning and do it again. Now, I was swimming 80 to 100 kilometres a week, and I raced against the East Germans in the 1980s, who were on the steroids and getting a 3 to 4% increase in their ventilatory threshold. And what the ventilatory threshold is that moment where an athlete reaches their peak and they just can't go any further. So when I was getting tired, the East Germans could keep going. Well, what ASEA can do is it can help increase an athlete's ventilatory threshold by 10 to 12%. Now, that's very significant. It increases our antioxidant level, our natural ability to ward off free radicals by 500 to 800%. So for an athlete, that's helping break down the lactic acid and also helping them, their muscles recovering. So this is backed by 16 years of foundational research. So it's not just something that's pretty new. But the bottom line is that when everything else is equal, endurance and recovery to an athlete is everything. So ASEA can provide that edge. So just to give you an idea of some of the Olympic athletes and what they're doing. So Bridget Larson, who's an Olympic gold medalist, she's rubbing the gel on her limbs before her training and after her training to help her recover. Being a swimmer, she rubs on about 15 to 20 minutes before exercise. As I mentioned, Cody Miller, he attributes his recovery in the Olympic Games with several events to the recovery rate of powering himself with Redox. One of our favourite athletes is an Iron woman, and her name is Dexter Yates, and she's 72 years of age. And when she used to start exercising at age 65, she couldn't recover very well, obviously, and she could only train once a day and even have a couple of days rest. She can now train 2 and 3 times a day and be able to recover a lot quicker for a 72-year-old woman. So if that can happen for a 72-year-old woman, what's it doing for everybody else? And also it made it enjoyable, obviously, because we hate getting up and training at the best of times. So if you can make it easier for yourself, then just imagine that performance. One of my favourite stories is Sean Burke, and he's an elite triathlete, also does Ironman triathlons, and he's coached Olympians, and he's from the US, and he's competed in over 150 triathlons, including 19 Ironman. And he was able to recover his body and help it stop breaking down as quickly. And he said that he noticed a significant difference 3 weeks after supplementing with the Redox. His sleep was better and his recovery was remarkable. And he said that to be able to train the way he was at age 51, he was just blown away. He is now age 57 and he's doing better times now than what he was doing 6 years ago. He can compete in an Ironman triathlon. He can come in after a race, and instead of going to the massage tent and collapsing like he used to, he can just watch the rest of the athletes coming in. And I know that those athletes that have just competed in Cairns Ironman triathlon, I know that they're here we are 2 days after they finished their race and they're still trying to recover. So this is quite significant for athletes that are doing these kind of, these races. So what do most athletes want to know? They want to know how they can increase their performance naturally without doing more exercise. They want to know how they can recover quicker after a workout or during competition. And they want to know that what can make their nutrition work better, and how can they train harder and longer and improve their recovery rate. Well, ASEA can help them. And, and they're looking for an edge, because I know that swimming 80 to 100 kilometres a week, and I had to line up the blocks and race the East Germans who were taking steroids. We were looking for every edge we could get. We were taking bicarb soda and stuff like that, coffee shots, practicing and training to try and get that edge. So to me, ASEA is the edge for athletes. And I know that any athlete that starts using this will get a massive benefit within a couple of weeks. Any questions, Nicole?
That is awesome, Julie. I think you just did such a great job of sharing, the benefits for athletes. And, you've had some incredible personal results with the products as well. So really amazing, really, really amazing. So if we have some questions for Julie, we will take those at the end, because I want to make sure that we finish on time if people have to go. So I'm just going to share a couple of slides, and then we're going to hear from our other very special guest this evening. So very cool. I love having our special guests. Okay, so one thing that's really important with ASEA products is to set correct expectations. So if someone has invited you here tonight, this is not a magic cure or a silver bullet. You need, it takes some people get a result. Like I've seen people get a result within minutes, but for others people it can take much longer. So this is based on the liquid. In a week, around 10% of people see or experience a result. And in 3 months, this increases to 90+% of people. So we really encourage everyone to give the products a 3-month case study on themselves, because you don't want to miss the chance of having your own breakthrough around your health, your energy, your athletic performance. So, talk to the person who invited you. They'll be able to make sure you have all the information that you need about how to use ASEA products correctly. Okay, so a little bit about ASEA's company, the genesis of ASEA. So ASEA's mission is basically to attain global distribution of this redox technology and to be a force for good in the world. And it was founded by Virtus Norton and his son Tyler. And these men have, amazing backgrounds in traditional business. Like Virtus is like a pin-up boy of corporate America, and Tyler has a long history in the financial services industry. So how did they end up with a health company, and that's distributed through a word of mouth or network marketing model? Well, Virtus was asked to sit on the board of a company, and they had this technology, and he knew that they had something really, really special. So they bought the technology and they got a scientist, Dr. Gary Samuelson, on board who was able to stabilize the molecules. And they gave it to people to start drinking, and they were just seeing incredible and life-changing results. Some of these original people had been, told by their doctors there was nothing they could do, and they'd been sent home to get their affairs in order. So being from traditional business, they did what traditional businessmen do. They went to a pharmaceutical company who offered them a huge, huge sum of money, almost $1 billion for this technology. But the condition was that no one could have any more. And Virtus and his family, they really didn't feel comfortable about that. So they had a choice to make, to go for the money or to put the products in the hands of people like you and me so that we could have, a health benefit for ourselves. And they decided that they were going to go with the latter. And so they developed ASEA as a network marketing company. And because of this, the products, you could have the health benefits of the products, but you could also partner with ASEA, because with every great breakthrough, there's an opportunity, and you can build a business with ASEA as well.
So ASEA has an incredible success story. They've been profitable since their first year. They own their own manufacturing facility and all of the patents on the products. They have 12 global distribution centres, currently shipping products to 29 countries, almost $500 million in total sales. They've had growth every single year, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives. So they did this through this word of mouth marketing model. So how did they do it? We're going to hear from someone tonight. We're going to hear from Sascha about, how he has done this and how, how this opportunity can give you time and money freedom. It can, help you bring your dreams back to life, and it can also help you make a really big contribution in the world. So we're going to hear it from Sascha. So I'm just going to introduce Sascha. I've got a little bit about Sascha here. So Sascha is a plasterer by trade. So, anybody could do this with all types of people in ASEA. And he's also completed several master courses and is an intuitive energy healer. Sascha's always had a passion to help people, but he could only help one person at a time through his healing work. With ASEA, Sascha knows he can now show people how to take care of their own health as well as guide them to be able to help others. And he says he can never thank ASEA enough for giving his mother's life back. So, Sascha has had an incredible experience with ASEA on many, many different levels, and is now what we call a bronze executive with ASEA. So he's, doing great in sharing the ASEA products with people. So Sascha, can you share a little bit with us about what got you interested in the ASEA business?
Thanks, Nicole. It all started probably around about, for me, about 3 years ago. My shoulders were shot, my elbows were shot, and I was always looking for something to fix them. Nothing helped. And then I met Julie, and then we were getting fit, we're going to the gym, and then she hurt her neck. So we were searching for something that could help because nothing really helped. And then we were told about it by our friend Sally, who, shared the product with us. So we used it. We weren't even looking at the business at the time. All we're really concentrating on was, trying to get well. So we had our results. We had our results pretty quickly. We're both happy with the results, but you're still in the back of your mind. It was, you're sort of thinking, well, was it really the gel? But then, what really made us passionate about sharing this, and what really gave us the belief, was my mother. Now, I'll share this little bit of a story with you because it's a bit of a different story about the business than what most other people have. But this is my why, and this is what really gives us the drive to share this with people. So there's a picture going on Facebook of four army guys carrying a big log. So, and it took 4 of them. And there's a picture next to it of one Russian lady carrying a log by herself. Now, that's my mother. My mother is probably the strongest woman I know. She's always been my rock. She's always been there for me. And then one day, around about 8 or 9 years ago, she had a brain trauma, which gave her a bit of paralysis on the left-hand side. So over the last 8 or 9 years, she's been on medication, which, unfortunately, yes, it's kept her alive, but it's slowly been killing her as well. So I want to give you just a bit of imagery about how I felt when my mother had a scare one day, and then we went to the hospital. So she was going to the hospital probably 3 to 3 times a month. We went to the hospital. I said to the doctor, is there any of this medication that she's on that we can, get her off, that's causing all these side issues? And he basically just said to me in front of my mother, well, she's, 75, she's only got 5 or 10 years left. Now, I mean, I nearly threw this doctor through the wall, but, I had to sort of restrain myself. Then we took her home, and then she sort of just basically broke down in front of us and said, I don't care if I wake up. If I don't wake up, I don't really want to wake up anymore. So just close your eyes and just picture the person who is most dear to you, who has always been your rock and who's always been the strong one for you. And then having that person just tell you that they don't want to wake up anymore. They're just quite happy to just die, basically. Well, that devastated me. And, just if you can imagine what that's like, that's how I felt. So, we thought, we'll give the Renew a try. So we started on the Renew, and then within the first week, she started having results. She had some dry eyes that resolved itself. She had a discomfort in the shoulder that she was getting injections for that, she no longer had any trouble with. She had a multitude of issues. And then where it really hit home was probably 6 months later. She was actually on the waiting list for a knee replacement. Now, 6 months after telling us that she wanted to die, she got up in front of us in the kitchen, stomped her foot on the ground and danced a jig in front of us and said, look, I don't need a knee replacement anymore. I've got no discomfort in my knee. So, and that was actually reiterated to us by the doctor who said she doesn't need one anymore. So, you know, and then seeing my mother in such joy and having such a passion for life again, to go outside and be able to do what she loved best and do her gardening and, you know, run around with the chooks and her geese. Now, just close your eyes now and picture how you would feel as someone who, you know, 6 months ago, this person that was meant everything to you said they wanted to die. And then all of a sudden she's in front of you telling you that she loves life, she wants to live, and she's looking forward to it. Now, that's how I felt. For me, it was just like pure joy. And from that day on, I realised, you know, yes, it is about getting the person well with the redox, but it's also about the people around them. If I could share with other people the way I felt by getting their loved one well, then I'm not just helping one person, I'm helping the family. And when I'm helping a family, I'm also helping the community. And that just gave us the drive to share it with people. Now, I realised then that, you know, I'm actually quite introverted, so I hate getting up in front of people, I hate speaking in front of groups. And that's when I finally realised that this is bigger than just me. I have to get over my insecurities because people need this. And when I finally came to that realisation, I found that I came from the heart. I wasn't coming from the head, and I wasn't coming from a hip pocket thinking I was going to make a business out of this and I was going to make money off people. I'm starting to come from the heart and wanting to genuinely help people and help the people around them. And by doing that, it means people are actually, when they're using the product, they're buying me. They're buying my trust, or sort of their trust in me. They're not buying a product. And they're getting the results. And by doing that, I'm able to share it with more and more people, and also helping them share it with more people because they see the passion I have and, you know, my excitement for the products, and then it's actually encouraging them to do the same and wanting to help other people as well. So at the end of the day, the business has just been a side effect. It's been a bonus of getting out there and wanting to help people. In my days as a tradie, you know, it's all about, you know, working 9 to 5. I hardly spoke to people because I was on the job site all day. And then my income was also dependent on whether the job was ready. So I could go to a job and it's not ready, and that would cost me a day's work. Whereas this business, I'm actually out there, I'm meeting people, I'm speaking to people, I'm starting to listen. I'm not just hearing what people say, I'm starting to listen to what they're saying. And that's making me a better person because I'm taking more of an interest in people. And then, you know, people see that, and it actually lifts their day because there's someone actually there listening for them. So for me, the business it's a people business. It's about talking to people, relating to people, and, you know, the income that I'm generating from that is just a bonus, and it's doing something that I love. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Do you want to share a little bit with us, Sascha, about how the possibilities of what you see for your future have changed because of ASEA? Because I know even you went on your first international trip because of ASEA, right?
Yes, it was just after we started giving my mother molecules that she started getting well, that we thought if we're going to do this, we really need to meet the founders and meet the owners, like the founders, the owners of the company, and meet the other people that are involved in ASEA. And yes, I went on my first trip, and I'm actually looking forward to going on my next one in 3 months' time when the convention is on again. Mm-hmm. But it's enabled me to spend more time with my loved ones, to spend more time with my mum, because I'm not stuck on a job site for 8 to 10 hours a day. And I can do it I can do the business while I'm driving. So, you know, I don't have to be stuck in one place, so I can be anywhere and still do the business. So, you know, for me, it's just about, you know, connecting with people. And one thing also that I think is going to help me in future is to be more charitable. I've always wanted to help more charities and have the time to do that and to give a bit more. And this is also going to help me do that as well.
Thank you so much. It's a real blessing to, have people like you and Julie in our lives now. And we only know you guys because of ASEA. Otherwise, we probably would have never met, So ASEA gives you it's like the health and the health benefits for people and the income and like the enrichment in your relationships and the community that you create. Like there's so many things that come into your life because of this, which is, like really incredible. I've never done anything else in my life that has done that. So thank you very much. If people have questions for Sascha, I'm just going to finish off a couple of slides, and then if anyone has any questions for Julie and Sascha, we'll take them at the end. I'm just going to finish off a couple of extra little things. So, this might have highlighted to you tonight some of this that are you looking for more? Do you feel you never have enough time or enough money, or both? So there's all of the health benefits, or have you forgotten how to dream and experience fun and passion in your life? Because ASEA can bring so much enrichment to you in different areas. So, it can allow you to dream again about things you want. Maybe you can help someone with their health and then you can have a dream again with that person as well. Or, you've got other dreams that you have. So there's a lot of enrichment that can come. So basically you can reach your potential with ASEA. So you can help other people and you can bless their lives, but you can also, create an income out of that allows you to have the time to go around and to help people and to share these products with them and to, really help them have incredible benefits. So this is just some ranks in ASEA. You don't really need to understand what that means. On the far right is the average monthly income. So it's just to show you that this is a real business opportunity and that you really can have, unlimited income potential with ASEA. So are you wanting to catch the wave? Like maybe you are here because you are looking for a business opportunity, and that's okay. The last 30 years, has been about vitamins and minerals, antioxidants and exotic juices and things like that in the health and wellness space. There were some real breakthroughs around that really enhance people's health. The next 30 years, as we saw at the beginning in the Huffington Post article, redox signaling molecules are going to be one of the key things that are going to shape health in the next 30 years. So with ASEA, we have a product that is a category creator. There's nothing else in this category, just ASEA sits there alone. We also have, it's validated by third-party science. It has incredible and life-changing benefits, as you've heard from Sascha and Julie tonight. It's heavily patented, so there's not going to be copycats and things like that, which means there's no competition. So this also is a tremendous financial opportunity, as well as the opportunity to help people and bless their lives. So the question is, do you want to be at the end of the last wave or at the beginning of the next? So my final question to you this evening is, where do you see yourself? Someone has invited you along here tonight, and maybe you think, no, it's not really for me, but maybe you're like, yes, I really want to try these products and experience the benefits for myself. So you can be a consumer, you can have better health and retail or wholesale pricing. You can choose to share the products and, earn your products for free, earn a little extra income with ASEA. You can get wholesale pricing. You get the opportunity to really help others with their health and well-being and make a positive impact on their life. You can get some special promotions from ASEA. Perhaps you've caught the vision and, this is something that has like lit up a passion or a fire inside you, and you see the potential to create a full-time income from and beyond. And this is what my husband and I have chosen to do, and people like Julie and Sascha have chosen to partner with ASEA. We get to work from home, and we have a global and a national team. We have like new friends like Julie and Sascha, and like people all around the world that we would have never known before. And because of that, we're able to have like a great income, and we're able to help a lot of people, but we're also able to have a great family life as well, and both stay home and co-parent our new baby girl, who is 5 months old on Sunday. So you can make a difference to yourself and others with ASEA, and whichever of those choices is right for you is right for you. So I just really want to finish with a quote from ASEA's founder, Vertus Norton, to honour him for making that decision to come out of retirement at the age of 69 to found this company in a brand new industry that he'd never been experienced in before. And, it was something that his wife wasn't really keen for him to do at the time.
And Verta says, we're all at the start of something big with great purpose. And right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world. So I invite you to, you know, get back to the person who invited you here tonight and ask them how you can get started using ASEA products. We have an incredible support system in place with all of the training that you need if you do want to share these products with others. We have a call like this every Tuesday night, and we will have different special guests next Tuesday night, so stay tuned for the details on that. We always have different speakers with different experience, different health professionals, athletes, all different sorts of people that come along and share their experiences with us. So thank you very much for your time this evening. It's the end of the formal part of the presentation. So I